Hi everyone, Julie here from TechyTots. Today we are going to have a chat with Sarah, our TechyTots Horsham franchisee, about why she joined TechyTots and how she's found her journey so far. Full disclosure, for those of you that don't know, Sarah is actually my sister as well, so we've never done an interview like this before, so we'll see how it goes. Sarah, do you want to introduce yourself?
So yeah, like Julie said, I'm Sarah. I'm my sister, Sarah Hamilton. I run TechyTots in Horsham and surrounding areas, and I joined in 2018.
So what was it that made you join TechyTots in the first place?
Well, I was looking for something to sort of fill around my current work. I enjoy working with children, and then when I heard about this, I knew there was nothing like it, so I decided to find out a little bit more. And I like the principles of hands-on play. My background's early years. I've got a degree in early years, and that's what I know that children learn best from each other and from doing something they enjoy. So I really believed in like the ethos of how TechyTots runs.
And did you know anything about franchising before you joined the franchise?
No.
So did you do your research? Did you look at other franchises, or you just knew this was the right one?
I didn't know anything about franchises, but this sort of fell in my lap in a way. And I thought, you know what, this sounds like you get all of the support. It's already proven that it works. I'd never thought of starting my own business before. But because this worked, it didn't feel as huge, like as much of a risk, because, you've got the name and the branding and it works, everything's there. So that's what I thought, actually, I'm going to find out a bit more. And then I decided to join.
This is your first experience of running your own business. Was there
Yes.
anything you found particularly tricky or hard when you first started?
So I mean, I needed a bit of confidence really to sort of get out there. So I joined a few networking groups, and at these groups, people are so helpful. It's full of small businesses. I joined a lot of working parents or working mums groups, and that helped with the confidence. And then really, after my launch, it was getting into the schools, and that was like having the content of how to approach schools and that confidence, and that's what I sort of found quite challenging at first.
Yeah, so that's something. Obviously, I was a franchisee first as well, so that's something we both sort of chatted about in the early days. And from that, I've sort of introduced training in that to help. Do you think that has helped the training that we've had since?
Oh, absolutely. It's all there, all the information, how we need to approach schools. And that training was really, really invaluable and has helped me get into more schools.
Brilliant. What do you enjoy most about TechyTots?
Really working with the children, like, seeing them achieve things. I really enjoy working with the ones who maybe aren't as confident or, a bit quiet, and seeing them progress really. I had little boy a few weeks ago. He's now in year 2, and he's been coming since he was at the end of reception, and he's really come out of himself. And he did something on one of the robots and then did it again and told me he challenged himself, and was really pleased. And that confidence lasted. So that was before half term, the week before half term, and even after half term, he was still telling me about it. It obviously boosted his confidence and has such an impact on him. I just love that. I love it.
And I think that's the thing about TechyTots, isn't it? It is the coding skills that we teach, but it's all the other skills that come with it, like the teamwork and the collaboration and the confidence side of things as well, like you were saying. It's really nice to see the kids working together. I know you've got some older ones that work with the younger ones as well in your classes. Do you find that the age groups mix well?
Yeah, because the ones that have been coming along. So at one of my groups last week, I've got some that are year 2, and I've got some new little reception children that are coming, and they help the other children, and it really builds their confidence when you say they're a good helper. It obviously helped both sides with communication, because they've got to communicate to the children step by step how we taught them how to do it. And yeah, it's just so good for their confidence on both sides. It works really well having, and they know now that if they've been there a while, they're going to be the helpers that term, and they love the fact that I pair them up, with a younger child or a new child. They love that.
And it boosts their confidence and just reinforces that learning that we've already given them as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's really good. So obviously, since I've taken over, I've put a lot of new things in place, new lesson plans and trainings and stuff. How have you found that? Has it been, helpful? I mean, obviously, my sister, so you're not particularly gonna but we had lots of conversations about it as well, didn't we, to see what would be helpful for the franchise.
Yeah, and I think you'll take the feedback. Like if something works really well, like, I mean, I think the lesson plans are really good. I like the fact that we introduce the focus activity every week. I feel like it's a little bit even more structured, but it works really well with the children. They know that. And yeah, I think they work really well. You know, I've got 2 new staff members that I've taken on, and they are finding the lesson plans really easy to follow as well. So yeah, I think the lesson plans are really good.
Brilliant. And did you have any sort of nervousness about coming on board, because you haven't got a background in coding, like myself? You've come from the childcare side of things. So were you worried about that, about not knowing about coding?
Not really, because obviously I'm teaching this as children, so it's step by step really clear of what the different words and different coding, you know, and things we use. So actually, no, my background is all childcare. I mean, gone 30 odd years of working with kids. So for me, you know, that side of it, once I was reassured that I didn't need that coding experience, that was fine.
Brilliant. And would you have any sort of top tips for anybody thinking about joining us, anybody looking into the TechyTots franchise?
When you first launch it, it is a bit daunting, you know, and I would call on family and friends to come and support you at your group. So I invited quite a few friends for the first couple of weeks until I started to build up. And it takes a little while, you know, and also, you know, there are lots of things out there, but that's fine, that, you know, parents have the choice to come along. But that would be my main thing. And then if you've got any contacts like that work in school, so my first school was the school my children attended, and the head teacher was really supportive. And then from that, other schools can see you're running in school, so that helps you. So they would really be my tips.
And how long do you think it took you to get that first school on board?
I think I started in June, I think, and I was in the school for the September. So, and obviously that's because my kids went there and the head teacher was great. And then after that, it was like followed on then, because I could approach, because now as well, you've got all those letters and information that you provided the training on as well. You can contact other schools and tell them, you know, you're there. I think we did a tasters as well at first as well, and that helps you get in. So yeah, it doesn't take that long really to get in school. I mean, I've got schools waiting now, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, so your initial franchise agreement came to an end, so you've just signed up for another 5 years with us. Did you have to really think hard about it? Was it a no-brainer sort of?
No, it was just automatic that, you know, I wouldn't stop. The children love it, and I really enjoy working with the children. One of the hardest things was getting staff. I've got 2 staff members. Well, I've got 3 staff members now. One's just about to go because she's got another job, but she's been with me for 2 years, which has been great. And I've got schools waiting. You know, I had a meeting with you recently around next year, schools that are waiting, how I'm going to rotate some of those until I get even more staff on board. So no, it's great. I wouldn't even, you know, it wasn't even a thought really. Thought process, like, okay, up for renewal, let's do it.
Yeah, brilliant. I think that sort of covers everything. I think if anybody wants to have a chat with Sarah, if anyone's thinking about coming on board and wants to speak to one of our franchisees, Sarah's always available. She can schedule a chat in with you, as well as speaking to myself. So if you want to get in touch and you want to find out more, go along to the website or pop us an email at the franchise team. I'll put the email address in the comments. But yeah, hopefully that was really helpful. Gives you a bit of an insight to what it's like being a franchisee. And we will speak to you all soon. Thanks ever so much, Sarah.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.